Welcome to the Warlord Strategist. Commander, in our last campaign, you saw how legends are made and lost beneath the forest canopy at Teutoburg. Now, we ascend raising our banners on the high ground. Today, you'll master the art of commanding hills and ridges, turning every summit into a fortress, and learning why the crest of a hill is worth 1,000 swords. Ready for the next height? Subscribe, like, and let's seize the summit together. Raise your eyes and your ambitions to the highest point of the battlefield. Today, we're not here for spectacle, but for supremacy. Throughout history, it's the shape of the land hills, ridges, plateaus that decides the fate of armies and the legacy of their commanders. Let's reveal why true leaders never ignore the ground beneath their feet. Terrain is more than dirt and stone. It is the judge, the executioner, and the shield of every army. A single hill, ridge, or plateau can turn the tide of war. From the summit, you don't just see the battlefield, you command it. The high ground lets you spot threats, strike first, and rain down death upon the enemy. Every climb is a trial. Every crest, a throne fortune, favors those who hold it. When is high ground suitable for battle? Holding the high ground is your greatest advantage when you're on the defensive, facing a larger force, or when you rely on archers and artillery. From the top, your missiles fly further, your vision is sharper, and every enemy who climbs toward you is already half defeated. Hills are ideal for protecting your flanks, anchoring your line, so no one can sweep around you. If you need a place to rally, regroup, or launch a counterattack, let the hill be your stronghold. When is high ground not suitable for battle? But be warned, Commander. Charging uphill or attacking a fortified summit is a costly mistake. If your troops are tired, scattered, or lack discipline, the hill will break them before your enemy does. Never give up the crest for an illusion of glory. If the enemy is cunning, using feigned retreats or ambushes, rushing downhill can turn victory to disaster. And if your position is compromised, or you get drawn too far from your stronghold, the high ground can become your trap. How to fight on terrain. To master the high ground, station your missile troops and artillery at the summit to command the field. Keep reserves hidden just over the crest. Unleash them in a decisive downhill countercharge when the enemy is exhausted from the climb. Use the sun, the wind, and the terrain itself to your advantage. Blind your foes, extend your range, and control every approach. Let your line rally on the hill if you falter, and always anchor your flank to the ridge. What to avoid on terrain. Never abandon your position for a hasty pursuit. Don't allow your formation to break or become stretched thin on the slopes. Don't underestimate a cunning enemy watch for tricks and feints that can draw you away from your advantage. And never forget, once you give up the crest, it may cost you everything to reclaim it. Let's relive a day where high ground shaped the destiny of an entire nation. The Battle of Hastings, 1066. Add. King Harold Godwinson of England has rallied his battered but loyal Saxon army, roughly 6,000 strong, on the summit of Senlac Hill. Across the open fields below, Duke William of Normandy commands a formidable force of about 8,000 men, knights, archers, and foot soldiers from France and beyond. The Saxons, weary from marching south to meet this second invasion, stand shoulder to shoulder, forming a shield wall atop the ridge. They know the ground beneath them is their only true ally. As the Normans approach, they see nothing but a wall of shields, bristling with axes and spears, silhouetted against the sky. The first Norman attacks crash against this barrier, their knights forced to charge uphill, losing momentum and cohesion. Arrows fired from above strike deeper, rolling rocks and thrown spears find their mark as the attackers tire. Several times, the Normans are repelled with heavy losses. Each failed assault saps their morale and numbers. But William is no fool, he adapts. He orders his cavalry to feign retreat. Some of Harold's men, eager for glory, and believing the day is won, break formation and rush down the hill in pursuit. It is a fatal mistake. The Normans swiftly turn, surround, and annihilate these scattered pursuers, weakening the Saxon line. Late in the day, as discipline crumbles and fatigue gnaws at every limb, the Norman forces launch a final, relentless assault. The Saxon shield wall wavers. King Harold himself is struck down, some say, by an arrow through the eye. As the sun sets, the Normans surge up the hill and overrun the last defenders. Senlac Hill, once a fortress, becomes a graveyard for the last Saxon king. With the capture of the high ground, William becomes William the Conqueror, King of England. The world changes. The lesson is carved into the earth for all commanders to heed. Never surrender the heights. Never lose discipline atop your throne. And never forget that the ground you choose is the first choice of victory or defeat. Burn this into your memory, Commander. The ground beneath you can be your greatest ally or your swiftest downfall. Master the terrain, master your discipline, and the battlefield itself will serve your will. You now hold the high ground vision, power, and tactical supremacy. But new challenges always await. Like and subscribe to keep your war table sharp, and tell me your thoughts below. In our next briefing, rivers and marshes will test your strategy as we learn how waterways divide, delay, and destroy the unprepared. Prepare to master the current. Victory flows to those who command the river. Onward, Commander!